husband and I were sitting on the porch this morning and we were just discussing the culture in the United States and how there's always this undercurrent of like violence and hostility, and it's everywhere all the time, and you feel very vulnerable to it. And sometimes you don't really even know you're feeling it, but it's there. And I asked him, when you go to a movie theater, do you assess who's in the room and who might be a threat and who might be hiding something in their coat, and like what you would do if they just like stood up and started shooting? Like, how are you going to get out of the room? How are you going to keep our boys safe? And he's like, yeah, I do. And I said, I do too. We never talked about that openly. And we both agreed, like, we do it all the time. We're at the grocery store, at a concert, at church, at our kids' school. What if who among these people is a threat? And what would we do if they stood up and started to do something? How would we get out of here? How would we protect our kids and ourselves? That is always in our minds. And I don't think we realize the mental toll and the physical toll that takes on us to always be doing those mental calculations. And then not only that, but the culture in the U.S. is such that you're always feeling like someone is trying to get one over on you or like use you somehow. There's always this sense of like you're competing. You're not helping each other. You're not supporting each other. You're competing with each other. And that person he's your enemy. He's your neighbor, but he's also your enemy. Like you try to make sure that he doesn't mow on your side of the lawn too much because that's yours. That's your property. He's trying to take it from you. There's this sense of like, it's real like selfishness and self-centeredness and gotta get mine and keep mine and not let anyone else take mine. And, I'm really looking forward not to feel that all the time. I don't think we realize that we're feeling it. We're not conscious of it all the time, but I really want to not feel it, you know? And I want to raise my sons not to think that way or have those sort of feelings or have to do those calculations in their head about like, how am I going to get out of this without getting shot? That's what I want. So that's why I am taking my two sons, who are 7 and 9, and my husband and myself to the other side of the world to get away from this place.
Americans are leaving. They're leaving this country in record numbers. But the amount of Americans that want to leave, that's got to be a new record in itself. 63% of Gen Z want to leave the United States. Their main reason being there is no economic future here. Okay, 68% of people in this country say that they are surviving rather than living. 52% of millennials also want to leave the United States. While Gen X and boomers want to stay put, only 25 and 26% of them respectively have any interest in leaving the United States. And while yes, there is a huge gap of people who want to leave and people who can leave and people who end up actually leaving, this is worrying, right? Who's going to be left in the country if all the young people want to go somewhere else? Where do these people want to go, you might ask? Well, the top 5 countries that they want to move to are Canada, the UK, Australia, France, and Italy. There is a tidal wave of people that want to leave this country. And I can't say that I blame them. Life here is hard. I'm not saying it's a bed of roses anywhere else, but here it just feels impossible. We're moving abroad next year and we can't be more excited.
I think I've reached my breaking point after watching the Department of War speech yesterday. You would think it would have been different things, but honestly, that's just the rhetoric and the words that were used, and having 2 young boys, and just looking back at what has changed since January already, and how fast things have escalated. I've always wanted to move abroad. I could try to use that excuse, but honestly, at this point, it's what's happening in our government and in our daily lives. I don't feel safe here, and I don't feel safe with my kids here. So we have a 17-year-old dog. That's like, honestly, if that wasn't the case, I would be like, we just got to do it. You know, I would be like, rip the Band-Aid off. Let's do it. Whatever, blow up our lives and move abroad. We have her, and I just don't feel good about traveling with her, and I don't feel good about leaving her. So I think my plan B now is trying to finish out the school year, getting rid of things and really downsizing as that's happening, and moving to Canada for 6 months until we can figure out our next step. But I feel like I have to have a step that feels like I'm doing something right by my kids and my family, instead of just staying here in limbo and not really knowing a time and not really knowing the plan. I think for my mental state of being, I need to put a plan into action. I am an Aries. I need that. I need to feel like I'm executing something and completing something, and I've got this fire energy. So yeah, so that's my new plan, guys. Tell me what you know about Canada.
Do you guys want to see my Albanian apartment? It's a little lived in at the moment, but that's okay. Why not? So here's coming in from the front door. I have one bedroom. This is my bedroom. I have the shade down, but as you can see, I have a beautiful sea view out the window. Leaving the bedroom, the second bedroom, which is where I store stuff, but also for when my children come to visit. So if you're one of my children and you're watching this, come to visit. Again, a beautiful sea view out the window. And then I have my bathroom, the washer, no dryers here really, a shower door that desperately needs to be cleaned, and of course the infamous doorless shower. But honestly, this was better than the other traditional Albanian showers. Let me know in the comments if you want to see what the traditional Albanian showers look like, because my shower with no door, with water that spills out on the floor, is luxury compared to those. Okay, my messy kitchen. I just ate lunch. Refrigerator, my little workspace, my couch, and then my patio, which also has my beautiful sea view. So yeah, that's my cute little Albanian apartment. I pay about 550 euro a month, which is high for Albania. Okay, I have a nice apartment in Albania. I'm paying for it. Okay, average would be, I would say 350, 450. It's probably what you're gonna pay in US dollars. It's, the US exchange rate sucks right now, but my apartment's probably around $600. And then my utilities are oh my God. I came from Florida where I paid, over half what I'm paying in rent here. But over the summer, my electricity and my water combined, running the air conditioning full time, never went over 50 euro. So yeah, there you go. That's the kind of place you can get in Albania.
We are moving our family from Florida to Spain. I have 2 kids, ages 6 and 7. We are all neurodivergent, and we are a family that lives paycheck to paycheck. So we are a lot like everyone else in the country right now. We're not super wealthy. We don't have savings. We're living paycheck to paycheck, but we are figuring out how to make this work. The time has come and we need to get out of America, so this is our journey. Today, one of the most important steps happened, and that was submitting all of our paperwork for our passports. The kids had to apply for brand new passports because they didn't have them, and I had to apply for a renewal and a name change. It was a bit stressful and it almost didn't happen, but somehow everything worked out, and the people there were so kind and helped us even when they didn't have appointments and they didn't have to. And I am so grateful for that. Originally, we were planning on leaving around January, February to move to Spain. However, things have changed and we're probably going a lot sooner than that. Looking at flight details and stuff, the cheapest flights that I can find are the week of Thanksgiving in November. The day that the flights are the cheapest by a lot happens to be my birthday. We are potentially looking at leaving in November on my birthday. It is a bit sooner than expected, and we wanted to try and have holidays here with my extended family before we left, but we're not comfortable with the way things are going so quickly, and so we figured if our house sells quick enough, we should probably just get out. The tickets being the cheapest on my birthday is honestly so cool, and I really hope that that day works out. We still need to raise a bunch of money to be able to buy those tickets because, plane tickets and extra luggage and pets and all that stuff is really expensive. So I still need to sell some stuff and make some money so we can get those tickets, but it's looking like we will be able to leave on my birthday, and I love that.
Hey y'all, my name is Sanaya, and my fiance and I just moved to Albania literally yesterday. We moved from Atlanta, and it really hasn't hit me fully yet, but I'm so excited to be here. The people, the culture, the food. We're going apartment hunting today, and we are currently at lunch. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of where I'm at, what I'm eating. Look at this food, y'all. OMG.
I moved to Mexico a month ago, and I've been meaning to make a video about how exactly. If anyone is interested in why, I could make another video. But basically, I decided it was time to leave the US, and so I went and researched how to get a visa. If you're from the US, you can travel to Mexico with just a passport and stay for up to 6 months, but I decided that I don't want to have to go back if I don't want to.
Our family has left the United States 5 weeks ago, and today I want to show you our way and our typical walk from our home in Brazil on the east coast of Brazil, which our home is all the way back here. So then we walk, and this is a gated community, and that's my kids, and this is like forest called the Floresta Amazonica. And so we are on our way to the beach, which is a typical afternoon for us. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon, and you can see here, this is like forest. We're walking on a bridge so that we can get to the beach. Now, as you can see, this is peaceful. And now over here on this side, you get to see a river. And so I'm gonna share with you the path between now and the beach. So now we are getting to a section of the community where the playground for the kids is here. And as you can see, there's tons of nature here. There are more homes going this way. This here is like a club of the house where they typically do events.
5 days left before we leave the US, and my garage looks like this, which is great. My piles of stuff are slowly diminishing, which is excellent. I feel really good about that. I'm very happy with the results. I did, however, get rear-ended this morning, so that was exciting. I had both my kids in the car. This is just one of those things that people follow too closely, and it was like a 17-year-old kid. His first question as he got out of the car was, "Are your kids okay?" Really appreciate that. Not super mad about that, but you know, we live in a very car-centric culture, and this is one of the reasons that I've said on this channel why we're leaving. It can't happen soon enough.
This has been 9 months in the making. I feel like I'm having another baby, but tomorrow we finally move abroad. So here's everything I did today in the literal final minutes before we're going to board a plane. Today I did a lot of the document printing. So I printed a copy of all of our passports, a copy of our health insurance, a copy of our hotel confirmations, and our flight confirmation. Is that all necessary? Not totally, but I personally like every trip I print out all those things. So I did that. And speaking of health insurance, I also got health insurance for our family this morning as well. So we went through a global health insurance company called Safety Wing. It's going to get us started for any catastrophic events that we have. And then we might add additional health insurance once we are in country. We also went through and canceled a bunch of our subscriptions. I bought a VPN for my computer, and we're going to try to get it on our Fire Stick as well. But we have a VPN for my computer for work. Speaking of work, I sent out a couple last invoices and service agreements for some new projects and clients that I'm working on so that they are in their inbox and I can travel tomorrow knowing that the ball's in their court and I don't have to worry about work tomorrow. We went to the bank and deposited a bunch of the loose change and everything. We sat and rolled them all into the paper rollers and deposited all of those. And then we took out a little bit of starting cash to get us through until we get to the ATMs and bank up. I sent some confirmation messages to our driver and our hotels just to make sure everybody's good to go.
I'm trying to move to a foreign country, just me and my kid, all on our own. And I see these people that are like, yeah, I sold everything I owned and packed up and just moved. How? Literally, how do you sell everything you own? Do you have a massive garage sale and everything must go? Do you put everything on Facebook Marketplace and go insane? Is this available? Is this available? Is this available? How did you guys actually sell everything you owned, packed up, and moved? Please enlighten me. I'm stressed.
So we are moving in 10 more days to Mexico, and we will be driving there from Atlanta, Georgia, all the way down to Oaxaca area. I'm feeling very, very nervous. I already found one part-time remote job, kind of. It's for social media, but it's not going to pay enough to pay all of our bills. I am pivoting my interior design business to virtual design only. Unless you live in Atlanta, then I have a great list of people that you can use for installations as well. But I'm feeling very, very scared and nervous because I need a consistent income, and my partner has done all the installations and labor and whatnot for our business for 9 years. And he is trying to steer away from that. He is an architect from Mexico, but he only ever did school and graduated. He didn't actually have like a position working as an architect before coming to the United States. So I'm just feeling a little bit nervous about that. He's trying to get into real estate. If anyone knows any good real estate programs down in Oaxaca City, we will love some recommendations for that. That's what he thinks that he wants to do down there. Any insight on that? I know you don't technically have to be licensed in Mexico, but he wants to do it the right way, the very professional way, just to be ahead of the curve. And yeah, feeling very, very nervous about our move, and excited too, but really just moving somewhere without 100% like income that's going to pay all of your bills and whatnot is very nerve-wracking. We have enough to live off of for a couple of months, maybe a few, just depending on how things go once we're down there. But it is a little bit frightening, moving somewhere and not knowing for sure what the money is going to be like as well. So I am just feeling very nervous. But yeah, if anyone has any tips or insight on anything around that area, I would love to do interior design in Oaxaca. I don't know how that would work because I'm a temp resident, but my husband is, obviously a citizen. So maybe if anyone knows how to navigate that as well. Saw a few boutique hotels. I keep saying by the way.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for giving us this truth. Double honor to all the elders teaching on the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth and sincerity to you. I say shalom. Brother Khan from the set of the Lions of Judah, Jeshurun here in Chicago to you. I say shalom. I'm going to talk with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, fair use. The title of this video is going to be titled, Esau is fleeing the country because he know that the American dream is dead. The cost of living is going up. A lot of these Edomites are tired of trying to keep up with their bills. So a mass percent of these other nations will flee the country. All right. Jeremiah 51 verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So all these other nations is going to leave and go back to where they come from. So what do that leave for you so-called African Americans? What do that leave for you Latinos that's born here in the States? You're not going anywhere. Okay, you're going to be here being afflicted because you have not prepared yourself, all right, for judgment. All right, it's going to be the jungle out here, all right, when all hell fully break loose, man. So these other nations, these Edomites, they're going back to different parts of Germany, Spain, Canada. They're leaving, man, because they cannot keep up with the cost of living in Babylon, in America. So what they're going to do, they're going to pack up, they're going to get their passports, and they're gone. Okay? That's what we just read in the book of Jeremiah 51, verse number 8. So that should let you know that the economy that should let you know that the economy is finished, man. That should let you know that whatever these people is saying on the news is a bunch of lies, man. Okay? You don't have to watch the news to understand that the economy is finished. Just look at the cost of living. Just look at how people are struggling trying to pay their bills. Okay, we told you this day was going to come. Every great civilization, they had their chance to rule and they was taken out of power. And that's what's going to happen to America. Okay, because the kingdom of heaven has to take the throne. Okay, two kingdoms is not going to be ruling at the same time. Revelation chapter 17, verse number 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So America is Babylon because this is the home of the abominations of the earth, man. Okay? You got men in women's sports. That's an abomination, man. You have men doing things as a woman's supposed to do. That's an abomination, man. Okay? So that's how we know that America is Mystery Babylon in the book of Revelation. Okay, in the abominations of the earth. And it's a prophecy, it's a mystery. Everybody is not gonna get it. Everybody is not gonna understand it. But back to the American citizens, yeah, they're leaving. They are fleeing the country. They are fleeing America. You know why? Once again, because they are tired of the cost of living, the American lifestyle. So that lets you know that the American dream is done. It's finished. And once again, we told you niggas that this day was gonna come. We told you. Because we reading the Bible. It's straight on the Bible pages. 2 Ezra 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay? So it's going to be a major famine. Okay? It's going to be a major famine. We already in the shutdown. So the ball is rolling and the Heavenly Father is just getting started. All right, the Heavenly Father is just getting started, man. Okay, he's just heating up. Because these prophecies got to come to pass before we can get the hell up out of here, man. So you Edomites that fought for your country, all of a sudden now you want to leave. Okay? Because y'all know what's going to happen. And like I said, this is going to be the jungle, man. When you can't call 911, when everything is legal, when they show you the real life purge, it's going to be the jungle. When you see purges in the street, the love of many waxing cold, people trying to steal from their neighbors because they got little children to feed. It's going to be an all out lawless civilization. And then you got Trump with the National Guard trying to fix it, but it's not going to get better because once again the scriptures tell you that Babylon is going to be destroyed and prophecy must be fulfilled. So to you Israelites out there, you need to, and we sound like a broken record, but it is what it is, man. And all you random people that sometimes come on the comment section, you don't know anything. You don't know prophecy from a can of paint. So you are not a threat. The only threats are the Israelites, man. Because we know what the Bible is truly saying. Okay? So, Lucky, I'm trying to find this one precept. If I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. Salakia. Isaiah 24, verse 11. Because the things that we, used to do, the things that we enjoy, we're not going to enjoy that anymore because, jobs is going overseas, people being laid off, so you're not going to have extra money to live. And that's going to create, that's going to create an unstable environment for a lot of people, man. Isaiah chapter 24, verse number 11. I'm going to start at 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in, right? So that's martial law. Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, so the crying of wine is your assets, your commodity, man. The things that you used to buy, the things that satisfy your soul, that make you happy. And the mirth is the joy of the city, man. So all of it is gonna stop. It's gonna cease. All right, it's gonna be brought low, and guess what? We see it, man. It's gonna be an all-out war out here, man. The Bible tell you, man, that friends shall turn against each other. You know what I'm saying? And all these things, man, it's gonna happen. It's gonna come to pass. So with that, I hope this video was edifying through the spirit. Power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I mean, the message went out, man. All right, the door of repentance is closing. If you ain't got this truth, you probably not gonna get it. All right, you gotta find out when you see Yahweh Shai and the angels that we were telling the truth the whole time. So with that, I hope this video was edifying through the spirit. Power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I bid you a shalom.